Today's podcast, Oculus Quest versus the PlayStation VR. Which one's better, and why should you even give a fuck? You're playing VR, just be happy. That's the attitude of some dumb fucks, but it's not the attitude of me. There's a lot of, I watched a lot of videos recently, a lot of people on, some on Reddit, some on Facebook talking about which one's better. You're starting to see this new attitude in the Quest community. Fanboys, what is this? And it's the same as the console fanboys. Complete denial of the lack of real games. Not talking about the shareware shit. The simple games like, Prison Boss, and games where you're just doing meaningless tasks to do more meaningless tasks later. I'm talking about, like, your AAA games. Where the fuck are they? Vader Immortals got a okay storyline. 3 episodes. You got to pay for each episode. Not a big deal. I don't have any problem with that. Everyone says you're really paying for the dojo, which is true because the storyline is 30 minutes at best on each episode, and 1 out of 3 episodes suck, unfortunately. The second episode, the story is just fucking boring as hell. The first one's decent because Vader's in it. The third one's better because you actually fight Vader and you do a lot more actual combat shit. But I would compare that to Blood and Truth, where you click to move, There's 1 or 2 action scenes. It's more of an experience than a game. I don't even consider these fucking games at this point. You're being handheld along through a scripted story, which will always be the same no matter how many times you play it. On the other hand, Vader Immortal, the dojo, if you played the first dojo, you played the second dojo, and you played the third dojo, the third one is just an accumulation of all of them. You might as well just buy the third, because there's no point of going back to the one and the second one, because all the robots you fight and shit are in the third one from the first 2, and the stupid flying monsters spit the fireball. That shit's so dumb. I think honestly, you're just better off getting the 3rd episode, and that's it. But I digress. Shit. This is supposed to be about PlayStation versus Quest. You definitely, on the PlayStation, you have a large library. And you have AAA games, which you don't have on the Quest. And if you're using the cable to connect to the fucking PC, you're not playing Quest games, you're playing PC games. You're playing PC games on the Quest. And what the fuck is the point of buying a wireless headset to do 360 shit when you fucking attached the cable? You've taken 2 steps forward and then fucking another step back. It's so dumb when I see people post and type, well, I've got an $800 PC and I can play anything. That's great, but guess what? You're playing fucking PC games, and your headset is now just a $400 fucking VR plain Jane headset like everybody else. The only downside is now you need the fucking cable to play those games. Why not just save up, get the headset that you can get an actual wireless adapter, and then play that way, and play truly wireless, and then have no frame rate drops, none of the bullshit. Because playing wireless, people are like, well, you can stream to the headset and play. Why? Yeah, but the frame rate sucks. There's a lot of lag, and a lot of people try to say otherwise, and you watch their videos on YouTube, and you can see the fucking lag. It's complete fucking denial. And it's on both sides. It's on both fucking sides. The console people do it all the time, but now it's infected the Quest people. And even when you make a legitimate criticism about fucking where's the AAA games, because there's fucking none. There's none, alright, on the Quest. There's fucking none. Vader Immortal's the closest thing. Well, that's a fucking experience. It's not really that much of a video game. The good thing that I'll say about the Quest is thank God for fucking side quest. Because you got your Half-Life one, which I'm playing. I'm playing a fucking old... What did that come out? Like early 2000s maybe? Or not even, like fucking 98. Something like that. and Quake 2. That's a fucking real game. Half-Life 1's a real fucking AAA game. That's what's playing on fucking side quest. That's the only reason I pick up my fucking quests now, is to play side quests, because they're actual full-length fucking 6-hour plus real games. You know, playing a fucking video game where I gotta stop and I gotta pull out this little thing and pull out tweezers and lockpick some shit, cut 2 wires, put in a fuse. That mini game shit is so stupid. And it's in all the games now. Blood and Truth, it's fucking constantly stops the gameplay. So I gotta cut a wire now. Now you gotta turn the knob. Now that red light's green. The same stupid shit. Vader Immortal does it too, but they do it Star Wars style, which is, thank God, they at least attempted something clever. But it's the same thing, and you really only do it in the first episode, so it's like, well, you cut out even, you made your real 30-minute storyline is really 15 minutes because I gotta stop and fucking hit a couple buttons. Or I gotta climb some goddamn pipes. And then when you cut the pipes with the lightsaber, you cut it at one part and the whole pipe breaks. It's like, why can't I cut the pipe in 2 parts and cut that chunk out? That's how it should fucking work. That's how a lightsaber works. When the fuck did lightsabers start just causing wounds to people and not cutting shit in half? That's not how a lightsaber works. God damn it. Alright, but back to the topics. Shit. This is more of a fucking rant than anything, but it's good for my health. And a lot of people now are saying, oh, I would never recommend a PlayStation VR. Fuck off. That's bullshit. There's plenty of fucking amazing games on PlayStation that run fucking amazing. No Man's Sky amazingly runs well. Fucking Skyrim runs very well. Resident Evil 7 runs amazingly well. Granted, you have to use a controller, but yeah, where's that AAA shit on the Quest? It ain't on the fucking Quest. And if you're hooking up your cable, you're playing on a PC, you're not playing on the fucking Quest. Sorry. That's the fucking reality. I would still recommend a PlayStation VR. They have a real category of games that are real fucking video games, not these experiences, not this 30-minute shit, not this 20-minute shit that you play once and you fucking forget about it. Because there's no point of ever going back to it because it's the same shit over and over. And if I can recommend anything, if you get a PlayStation, get the PlayStation Pro because it runs a lot better. You know, and if people say, well, you need a PlayStation to run the fucking PlayStation VR. Well, no shit. And if you want to run real games on the Quest, you need a fucking PC. So I'd rather spend $300, because you can get a PlayStation online pretty fucking cheap, even the Pro pretty cheap, rather than you need a $800 PC if you're going to run any of the decent games. And by decent, I mean the AAA quality that's out there. You're not doing that on your fucking budget $400 PC. Not fucking happening. Let's be real. The video card you need alone is about $300, so it ain't fucking happening. Plus, you gotta spend another $80 for the goddamn cable. Because not all the cables are that good, and people are saying that. But, you know, people are gonna fucking say what they want to say. They're going to ignore all the criticism and just say the bullshit. I'm not going to give that to you. I'm not here to bullshit you. Yeah, the controllers suck on the PlayStation. The tracking sucks. But it's usually not the game. You usually have to fiddle with the fucking camera a little bit. And you know what? No matter what anyone says, I'll say this 100%. This is the fucking truth. I'd rather wear the fucking PlayStation VR headset than the Quest headset. Nowhere, if you had to go out and buy shoes, and then you had to buy special laces to make the shoes work on your feet, you wouldn't fucking buy them, right? You wouldn't buy them. It's stupid. The Quest headset, when it comes to being comfortable, is fucking shit. It is fucking shit. I don't care what anyone says, even with my big head, and it fits good on my head. But guess what? After 2 hours, you gotta take the fucking thing off. It's not fucking comfortable. And if it was comfortable, there wouldn't be all these third parties out there selling fucking straps counterweights and all, harnesses, whatever the fuck you need to make the Quest headset comfortable. The Quest, though, does a good job on the controller. Not gonna fucking argue the facts. The PlayStation headset, though, Sony did fucking right. They did fucking right. And a lot of people can't handle that shit. Even some of the 3D printing third-party shit that's coming out for Quest is a straight-up rip-off of the fucking PlayStation headset. But, you know, you won't hear praises of it. You won't fucking hear praises because now in the community, the fanboyism is foaming at the mouth because Questers are so fucking thirsty for games. They're doing the same shit that the console people did. All the PlayStation people did in the beginning, they were so thirsty for fucking games that every game was fucking great and a must-have. That ain't the fucking truth. That ain't nowhere near the fucking truth. Not all the PlayStation games are good, and a lot of the fucking Quest games are fucking for children and shit. You know, oh, you can go play Rec Room. Fuck off. Really? That's your fucking go-to game? Beat Saber? Hitting fucking squares or triangles is your go-to game? A repetition game that's the same every fucking time you play it with the same fucking songs? I like dubstep, but I can't fucking handle that much of the shit. Seriously. God damn. I still recommend PlayStation VR over the Quest unless you're into those old school video games like Half-Life 1 and shit and Quake 2. Those run fucking amazing on Quest. I haven't had fucking Half-Life 1 crash, and I'm halfway through it. God, you know, it's such a fucking good game. I can't say enough good things about that shit. And the guy who's making all those old, now they're considered retro games, what they are is fucking real AAA games of the time. God bless him. God bless him, because to me, there'd be no fucking reason to own a Quest. There'd be no, if it wasn't for side quest, you know, Vader Immortal's fun, and I love Star Wars, but it's like, how long you just going to go in a dojo and do the same? Oh, wait, we get different colored gloves? Yeah, I unlocked the yellow gloves. Great. Oh, you got a different color lightsaber? Great. Oh, there's 2 shades of every color? Great. It's still the same fucking lightsaber. Oh, the hilts are different? Great. Is it going to really affect any of the gameplay? No. Cosmetic shit don't fucking count. And as far as online multiplayer, PlayStation does it fucking better. Whether you like Firepoint or not, it always has a full lobby and there's always people in it. And the devs are always updating and adding new shit and adding new levels, adding new gun skins and all that stuff. The game is not dead. Pavlov, the game's not dead, but there's plenty of times when you get on it and there's no one fucking playing. Or there's a lot of fucking bugs. You know, even I jump into like the zombie mode and sometimes there's another person. But it's not always that, you know. And, you know, what's with this shit where, you know, the best we can do is like 6-on-6 in VR. Honor and Duty on the PlayStation is fucking 32 players. 32 players. Yeah, the graphics aren't great, but you know what? They're coming out with the Pro patch, and everyone, even the regular PlayStation, is getting a graphic update on that thing. They won't get all the shadows, but it's almost going to be like a Pro patch standard for everything. So the whole game is getting updated. And they're also making one for the PlayStation 5 to be a release game for it. And that one's supposed to have 64 players online. 64. Back in the late 90s, we had PC games with like 100 people on 100 people. Now it's like you get in VR and it's like it's 6-on-6, and that's the best they can fucking do. And I think all this stems from people just being thankful for any fucking game that comes out. Any game that comes out, people will just what's the word? Gravitate to that shit. Like flies on shit. Like they don't even care. It's like, oh, it's only a 20-minute game, but it's so good, you know, you're just doing this mundane thing over and over again, and it's in VR and it's so good. Stop that shit. We need to stop that shit as a whole. We need to have fucking standards. And we need to keep raising them, because the power of technology keeps going up. You know, everything goes up. What happened to our fucking standards of people? The next Honor and Duty that's coming out for the PlayStation 5, the dev says he's going to have 64 players. 64 players. Wrap that around your fucking brain. Why today? Why is our standards dropped so low? And if one dev, a single dev guy, can make a game with 32 players, then he can make a game with 64 players. Why hasn't anybody else done this? Why hasn't everybody else made a game where it's like 15 on 15 or 20 on 20? Something else besides 6 on 6 shit. These tiny ass little maps where everything is hallway. Why can't we get some like open ground games? You know? Is it this fucking laziness? No one gives a shit? Or is the community just doesn't care and has such low standards they'll fucking take anything? And so they put up with everything. And this is what happened in the fucking PlayStation community when VR first came out. There was very few games, and people were taking bites out of everything. And even if the game was shit, they still ate it. They ate that pile of shit with a grin. And they smiled, and they were like, oh, good, I like it. And it was shit. And they knew it was shit. But people started to complain and say, hey, we're not going to fucking take this anymore. We want our AAA. We want our better games. We want games. That's the key word in there, games. Not fucking experiences. I don't give a shit about an experience. If I want experiences, I'll go outside and fucking enjoy real experiences. I go into VR to play fucking games. That's the point of it. It's video games. It's the key word in there. Games. What? Why? And now it's happening in the Quest community, where someone says something to say, hey, where are the games that gives us emotions like Abe's Odyssey? Someone was talking about that on the fucking Quest Facebook. And it's like, it's the game that actually brung emotion out of you, had an interesting story, and took several hours to fucking play. And you had to replay parts because it was hard and difficult. And people are like, well, maybe you shouldn't be here and shit like that. That fucking dismissive shit. No. That's a sign of fucking total douchebag. And those people, the people who dismiss shitty, or they don't dismiss shitty games and just take whatever is given to them, they're the fucking ones that are causing all the fucking problems in the gaming community. They take all this shit and they fucking, they smile, they eat it, and they don't give a fuck, and they're just happy with whatever. And that's a fucking pathetic fucking standard of living. It'll fucking put you nowhere but in the ground. That's a true fucking fact of life. You know, you just lower your standards every day. Eventually you lower them so far, you know, the fart smells like a rose. Yeah. Just keep living that fucking life and you'll go nowhere. Fucking stand up. Act like you have some fucking guts in the spine. You know, say, hey, if a game sucks, a game sucks. Not everything's going to be fucking great, and that's fine. But there's no point of fucking lying about it and going on like you have some kind of rose-colored tinted glasses when the fucking world's on fire around you. It's bullshit. And I think the Quest community is in danger of this going on because it's already starting. You know, people are already saying, hey, where are the real games? And there's not many out there, if any. And, oh, you got to hook up to a PC. Well, you're not fucking playing on the Quest anymore, numbnuts. Playing on a fucking PC. You might as well just started playing on the fucking PC. Hell, the people who've been playing fucking flat screen, and if you're just getting in VR and that's your first gaming experience, you're already fucking miles behind because all the great games have already been played. You fucking know nothing. You've done nothing. And then you're acting like you're on some high horse because you're playing VR. Why? Because it's niche? Because a lot of people can't fucking afford it and get into it? That's why you're playing VR. That's why you're holding on to these reins. Because now I'm in a small elite group of people who have no wires. And, you know, that's the whole attitude of the fucking Quest right now with some people. well, we're fucking all elite. Enjoy your PlayStation. Guess what, dipshit? PlayStation has fucking better games, hands down. Fact. The Quest is giving you very little, and you're happy for every fucking little shit nugget you've gotten out of them, and it's a pathetic fucking living standards. It's fucking low. You need to fucking stand up and say, look, we're sick of this fucking game where, yeah, I do 5 things, then I get to do another 5 things, and then I get to do another 5 things, and because I did those 5 things, I unlocked a new thing, and I have to, micromanage this and this. That's not a fucking game. Like Prison Boss and the fucking Accounting Plus and all those shit, those are just experiences, and they're all the fucking same. Job Simulator. Yeah, you could throw something at the robot, great, but that's not fucking real video games. That's not what. There's no story. There's no immersion. You don't give a shit. You play it for a half an hour, you laugh, and then you go on with something else. Where's the game where I want to fucking sit down and be like, that boss skull fucked me for 2 hours, and now I fucking got him back, and I put the sword right in his fucking throat, and he's done. Where are those games? They're not fucking really out there. With the Quest, you got to go to side quests and play some old 98 games. Shit, I'm fucking going through Half-Life, and I'm in, what is it, it's the goddamn pit called with the damn worm thing. Goddamn creature keeps coming out and stabbing me. Oh, blast pit. Yeah, and then I fucking turn on those fuel tanks and I set that bitch on fire and I fucking smile and I sit there and I watch it die. And I'm like, that's what you fucking get for being here, you son of a bitch. How many times was I trying to sneak around and you fucking just crushed me like a bitch? Now who's on fire, you asshole? That's what games are supposed to bring out of you. That's the emotion and the connection. Not this 5-minute fucking 10-minute story. Something stupid that you just do over and over again and then you're done. What the fuck happened? What happened to those 8-hour games with real stories? Everyone's hoping, banking on this Half-Life Alyx. And you know what? I don't have a lot of hope in that shit. I guarantee you that's going to be just as much of an experience that is a video game. I don't want fucking experiences. Experiences were fucking great in 2017. It's 2020 now. This shit needs to move forward, and it's not moving forward fast enough. And another thing, if it wasn't for fucking Sony, PlayStation VR wouldn't be where it is fucking today. It wouldn't be anywhere. If it wasn't for Sony, yeah, people are like, oh, they cheesed out on the controllers. Yeah, they absolutely did. That's your biggest argument? They cheesed out on the controllers? Oh, excuse me. Get some water. Shit, screaming. And I'm not a fucking console fanboy. I'm a fucking PC guy. I've had every fucking console that just about existed, except for like maybe the PlayStation 3 and the Nintendo Switch and the weird Nintendo shit. I had a fucking old GameCube back in the day. And I've had an Xbox, had 360, PlayStation 1, old Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and I've had PCs all my life. I have 2 fucking PCs now, and I still love PC gaming. It's still the fucking best. But when you're hooking your Quest up to the fucking computer, you're not playing on a Quest, you're playing on a fucking PC. And I think they're better headsets that do wireless better and streaming better than the fucking Quest. So do I think that PlayStation is worth buying, the PlayStation VR? Absolutely. The games are fucking a lot better. Overall, they are a lot better. And they're the closest thing right now to AAA games. And also, here's another good thing. PlayStation 5 is coming out in a year or so. And guess what? You'll be able to use your old headset on the fucking new system. And that new system is coming out with a whole bunch of VR games. Even if people are saying, well, Sony didn't say that. They didn't confirm. They didn't confirm. What the fuck are you thinking? No shit, they didn't confirm. Why are they going to tell you anything? They're going to fucking come out of nowhere and slap the fuck out of you with all this shit. Just like Quest does with their fucking games. Quest doesn't tell you about shit that's coming out for it. Oh, and then you go on the marketplace And in the fucking thing, there's this game that just pops up. It goes, hey, in 4 days, you'll be able to get this. Or even this comes out of nowhere. And no one's talked about it. No one said this game was ever coming out. They do it all the fucking time. So at the end of the day, yeah, PlayStation is still, in my opinion, top contender. Especially when PlayStation 5, I think PlayStation 5, they're going to have that VR 2 coming out. Again, not confirmed, but it'll fucking be there. And it's going to probably bury a lot of other shit. If Sony has the money to do it, that's the major fucking difference. It has the backing, and they know how to make games, and they obviously know how to make a cheap VR headset, because they did it first. Yeah, Quest is your first standalone headset for wireless, but those aren't AAA games. And, Saints and Sinners, I doubt it's coming to fucking Quest. And if it is, it's going to be watered down as fuck. It's going to not look the same. And a lot of people are going to be pissed. And I bet you there'll be frame rate drops and all that shit. But, the Quest is still wireless. There are some good games on it. Side Quest, for me, if you're going to get a Quest, invest in that side quest. $2 for those old retro games that hold up better than the shit that's coming out today. Better than the shit that's come out in the last 10 fucking years. That's the reason to own a Quest. Side quest and fucking wireless. You don't fucking hook up a wire and brag about playing on a PC. You're not playing on the fucking Quest. And hold on to your PlayStations. Hold on to your PlayStation VR. Even if you can't afford the new VR for the PlayStation 5, don't worry. Someone will refund it. Someone will put that shit on eBay. Someone will sell it cheap just to get rid of it. That's when you pounce, like everything. You're hearing all these people who ordered Quest and still haven't got it. What does that say about the company? Either they didn't plan to make enough, they didn't care to make enough, and what company doesn't want your money? What company doesn't want your money? It's not a quality control issue. It's either they didn't give a shit, they didn't have enough foresight to care, to think that, hey, this would be a seller, which is saying that maybe they didn't have that much confidence in their system. I mean, is that what you want to build a foundation on? And VR is already technically still a small niche market, even though PlayStation sold 4.2 million headsets. Who else has done that? Who else? No one. No one. PlayStation has gotten VR where it is today, hands down. And there's a lot of Quest owners who can't even admit that basic shit. Basic truth. They can't even admit it. And that's, to me, that's a dangerous slope. Because once you start going down the denial and, we don't talk about the bad, guess what? The bad never goes away. It just keeps on happening, and it gets worse and worse, and your standards drop and drop. So, yeah, the Quest is worth getting. The PlayStation, in my opinion, is probably a little bit more stable in the long run, especially when it comes to longevity in games. But a warning to the Quest people is like, you can go down, there's an old Chinese saying, I'll say this, a boat can float in water, but it can also sink in it too. And yes, you can drown in your own shit. People have died that way. So, you reap what you sow and all that shit. So, when bad game comes out, you need to have that, I don't know if you want to call it a guts, a spine, whatever, but you need to call it when you see it. And if it's a shitty game and it's below standards, you need to do it. And in my opinion, from what I've seen, it's not happening enough on the Quest. And for people who own the PlayStation, are now on Team Quest because now they got a cheap in on PC, and that's what it is. It's a cheap in to get a PC game. Like I say, in every console player, there's a PC player screaming to get out. And it's fucking true. You want those high-end graphics. You want the category of games. And the Quest has gotten you into that little elite niche now, and now your egos run away. But you can still fall down the rabbit hole and all that shit, and still end up eating a shit sandwich and smiling at the end of the day. And it's not a good habit, and you shouldn't do it. All right? That's enough ranting for me. I didn't plan on this shit being fucking 30 minutes. You know, I might do another one of these about, you know, actual game reviews. Wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Have a good day, good morning, good night, whatever. Take care. Bye.